In the frozen expanse of the Arctic, a creature of majesty and might grapples with a shocking reality. A polar bear, the very embodiment of strength and resilience, now bears a horrific honeycomb wound across its flank. This ghastly injury resembles a grotesque puzzle created by a cruel interplay of nature's forces. Yet, the true horror goes beyond the wound itself. It is a grim invitation to explore the murky depths of infection and infestation. Each hole in the bear's skin, each violent break in its pristine white coat, tells a story of suffering and survival, teetering on the edge of existence in a realm where life is often a brutal struggle. As we delve deeper, we uncover the abject reality of barnacle infestation that has turned this noble creature into an unwilling host for these crusty invaders. These tiny mollusks, typically seen clinging to ships or rocky shores, have adapted to a more sinister lifestyle, attaching themselves to the bear's vulnerable hide. The barnacles, appearing like grotesque barnyard growths, penetrate the skin, burrowing into the flesh, creating a chill. In the heart of the African savanna, a haunting figure emerges, captivating yet alarming: a white lion, a majestic creature known for its rare beauty. However, this lion's allure is marred by a troubling sight. Clinging stubbornly to its rugged fur, a grotesque battalion of barnacles has set up an unwelcome residence. These small but formidable crustaceans, typically found on the hulls of boats and the rocky surfaces of the ocean floor, appear shockingly out of place on this regal beast. It may seem like a scene straight out of a nightmare, yet here, amidst the golden grasses and the backdrop of a thriving ecosystem, lies a startling reality. The white lion, once the crown jewel of the savanna, now bears a horrific barnacle wound that tells a grim story of survival, adaptation, and the inescapable wrath of nature. As we delve deeper into this chilling phenomenon, it is essential to grasp the sheer horror of barnacle infestation. These aquatic hitchhikers begin their life as tiny larvae, free to roam in the waters until they latch onto a suitable host, in this case, our innocent lion. The process is insidious. While most barnacle species flourish in marine environments, certain varieties are clever enough to adapt, using land mammals as their unfortunate hosts. Once attached, they don't merely latch on. They invade the lion's skin, creating an alarming collection of hard white shells clustered around open wounds, feeding off the lion's lifeblood, much like nature's very own parasites. In the heart of the African savanna, where golden grasses sway under the relentless sun, a white lion roams, a magnificent creature, revered for its beauty and rarity. But today, as the camera zooms in for a closer look, we see something that disrupts this majestic facade: a horrifying wound, ravaged by an infestation of grotesque insects. Just below the surface of this powerful predator, a hidden world thrives, a dark tale of survival turned sinister. What should be a symbol of strength is instead a cautionary tale of nature's cruelty, leaving us to grapple with the unsettling sight before us. As we follow this unfortunate lion, we will uncover the horrifying relationship between the beast and the tiny invaders, revealing the unsettling truth of life's delicate balance. The white lion presents a striking visual. Its nearly ethereal coat gleams softly in the sunlight, its piercing eyes reminiscent of a spirit watching over the plains. Yet, amid this enchanting visage lies a wound, wide and cavernous, infested with writhing maggots and parasitic beetles. These tiny horrors, often overlooked in their insignificance, reveal a fundamental aspect of nature, the cycle of life and death, predator and prey, in a constant state of turmoil. The maggots burrow into the lion's flesh, feasting on dead tissue, while the beetles swarm, laying eggs in what seems like a feast fit for 1,000. The lion, typically the apex predator, is rendered weak, its once powerful body now a canvas for an infestation that thrives in the very depths of decay. Insects like these consider wounds not a tragedy, but an invitation. To them, the white lion's suffering is merely a banquet. The decaying flesh becomes a perfect breeding ground. Nature, in its ruthless efficiency, ensures that not a single piece of this grand creature goes to waste. As we witness the cycle of decay, we also glimpse the brilliance of evolution, the ability of these insects to locate and exploit the weaknesses of larger animals. But this magnificent predator, despite its regal stature, is at the mercy of the natural world's darker side. Each giant paw, each roar now muted by infection and pain, tells a story of vulnerability that demands attention. What's particularly unsettling is the sheer number of these insects. The wound, much like a gaping mouth, invites a buffet of flies, each malevolently buzzing around, intent on claiming. In the heart of the African savanna, where the golden grass sways under the relentless sun, a haunting sight emerges. A white lion, a creature of ethereal beauty, now marred by a grotesque affliction. This majestic beast, once a symbol of strength and grace, bears a horrific barnacle wound that tells a chilling tale of nature's darker side. As we draw closer, the stark contrast of its pale fur against the dark, crusty barnacles clinging to its flank becomes painfully evident. These marine parasites, typically found on the hulls of ships or the shells of sea creatures, have found an unlikely host in this terrestrial predator, creating a grotesque spectacle that is both fascinating and repulsive. Barnacles, small crustaceans that thrive in aquatic environments, attach themselves to surfaces with an iron grip, forming hard, calcified shells. In this case, the white lion's skin has become a canvas for their relentless invasion. The barnacles burrow into the flesh, causing open wounds that ooze with infection, a gruesome reminder of the harsh realities of survival in the wild. As they multiply, they create a grotesque colony, feeding off the lion's vitality while simultaneously draining its strength. The once proud king of the jungle now struggles under the weight of this parasitic burden, a tragic victim of nature's cruel indifference. The infestation is not merely a physical ailment. It serves as a stark metaphor for the interconnectedness of life and the often brutal realities of existence. In a world where humans encroach upon natural habitats, the lines between species blur, leading to unforeseen consequences. The barnacle's relentless grip on the lion mirrors humanity's own tendency to exploit and consume, often without regard for the damage inflicted. As we witness this tragic spectacle, we are reminded of our role in the delicate balance of nature, where our actions can lead to unforeseen. In the remote, snow-draped heights of the Himalayas, a haunting tale unfolds, casting shadows over the regal presence of the snow leopard. This majestic creature, often celebrated as the ghost of the mountains, now bears a grotesque affliction. A parasitic flower has entwined itself with its very flesh, creating a horrific wound that rattles the imagination. The sight is ghastly, as delicate white petals contrast sharply with the rugged, matted fur, clinging like a sinister hand reaching for a life that may soon slip away. This plant, known as the dodder, has no roots of its own, instead siphoning nutrients directly from the leopard's body, turning its vibrant existence into a twilight realm of decay. This floral monstrosity thrives in the harshest climates, a testament to nature's cruel indifference, reminding us that beauty can sometimes wear a mask of horror. The snow leopard, a symbol of the high-altitude wilderness, now grapples with this parasitic invader. In the heart of the African savanna, where the golden grass sways gently under the relentless sun, a chilling sight emerges. A white lion, a rare and majestic creature, now marred by a horrific wound. This is not just any injury. It is a grotesque testament to nature's darker side, a gaping hole in its side, oozing with a thick, dark substance. The source of this affliction? A hive of bees, their relentless buzzing a sinister soundtrack to this tragic tableau. As we draw closer, the scene becomes increasingly disturbing. The lion, once a symbol of strength and beauty, now appears vulnerable and tormented, its once proud mane matted with remnants of the hive. The bees, undeterred by the lion's size, have made their home in the very flesh of this magnificent beast. a grotesque invasion that speaks to the harsh realities of survival in the wild. The infestation is not merely a nuisance. It is a brutal assault. Lieutenant, the bees, driven by instinct to protect their hive, have turned this regal predator into a battleground. Their stings, sharp and venomous, have left the lion in a state of agony, each movement a reminder of its suffering. The wound, a festering cavity, is a breeding ground for infection, a dark and damp environment where bacteria thrive. As the lion struggles to shake off the relentless swarm, it becomes clear that this is not just a fight for survival. It is a desperate plea for help, in a world that often turns a blind eye to the suffering of its creatures. In the realm of nature, such infestations are not uncommon. Bees, while often celebrated for their role in pollination and the production of honey, can become a menace when their instincts lead them to invade the territory of larger animals. The white lion, with its striking coat and piercing blue eyes, is a target not just for the bees, but for the very forces of nature that govern life and death in the wild. The irony is palpable. A creature so revered for its beauty and power is now reduced to a mere victim, a pawn in the game of survival. The bees, in their quest to protect their hive, have unwittingly become agents of destruction, showcasing the brutal balance of nature where beauty and horror coexist. As we delve deep